What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and we have a whole lot of things to talk about. Before we get in this video, I do want to address some of the comments from the last video regarding the tier list. So I think a lot of people, or a few people, are misunderstanding what is considered God tier on the tier list and what isn't. Just because a character isn't God tier doesn't mean that they're not the best character in the game. For example, Leona and Akuma, right? Akuma is the better character. He's just better all around, better in more game modes, way stronger than Leona, which is something that I stated in the last video. But for some reason, some people still thought that I thought Leona was better. So what I'm going to do to address this issue in the future is I'm going to change the tier list. I'm going to start looking at things in a different way. And regarding the tier list, someone also put a comment that I put too much stock in the shield. Well, maybe I do put too much stock in the shield, because something I noticed right after I made that tier list is that in Guild Raid, which is the most valuable game mode in the game, there seems to be a bug. And this was before, the update that we have today. The shield on these characters like Leona, like EX Chun-Li, guys, isn't working. It isn't working properly at all. This shield is supposed to last 7 seconds, or you get hit 20 times and then the shield disappears. And in Chun-Li's case, you got to get hit 30 times for it to disappear. And I put a lot of stock in the shield because it really increases survivability of your characters. Well, if we jump into Guild Raid here, I'm just going to let Geese hit us, because Leona's shield actually activates as long as her HP is above 50%, which it is right now. Now watch what happens here. Watch what happens whenever Geese hits us. And I discovered this right after the video, because this isn't the way that it always was. Where's my shield? Where's my shield? Where is it? We're still above 50% HP. Where's the shield? Her shield is supposed to proc whenever she gets attacked, but it's not proccing. And you might be thinking, well, is it just for Leona? Well, I mentioned a second ago that for EX Chun-Li, it's the same thing. And really for all these characters that have these crazy shields, so we'll bring in Chun-Li, okay? And let's see if the shield pops up for her, right? And this really should be a bug, because Netmarble has not said at all that they were going to nerf our shields on these characters like this, right? So it has to be a bug, right? But I mean, we just had this update, and yet this bug is still here. Where's my shield? Now, when she gets below 70% HP, it's when her shield actually pops up, right? Where's her shield? I mean, her immunity core is kicking in, right? But the shield isn't kicking in. And Chun-Li's shield works just like Leona's. She has to be attacked as long as her HP is, I think, below 70% for Chun-Li, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at her real quick. Whoops. Touchy controller. So, I mean, when you look at her shield, cast a shield that absorbs damage for 7 seconds when attacked if HP is 70% or less. But it never popped up, did it? If the shields of these characters don't pop up, then I'm going to have to change the tier list regardless of me wanting to change it anyways. Because, I mean, this should be a bug. Netmarble hasn't let us know anything about this. So, Netmarble, you need to fix this, or let us know in the comments that these kinds of shields don't work in Guild Raid anymore, and their immunity cores do work. Because if that is the case, it changes everything. And honestly, it'd be a bunch of bullshit if it did, because for the longest time, for months now, these shields always worked in Guild Raid. These things protected us from damage for that 7-second duration. So if these shields don't work, it changes everything as far as my perspective on these characters. So Netmarble, you really need to fix this bug, because as of now, you haven't addressed it. You haven't let us know anything about it. And so it has to be a bug. And if it isn't a bug, and if this is something you did intentionally, explain why you did it. And I will talk more about this in another video, guys, if that is the case. Because if it is the case, it actually made characters like this that actually have these kinds of shield worse, at least for Guild Raid. I mean, when you go in other game modes, right? Here, we'll just jump into, say, Immortal Dungeons, right? We jump into Immortal Dungeons, right? We'll use Leona. You'll notice the shield will work. And it also works in Spider Robot too, right? We come in here. I'm just going to let this boss hit me, right? And you'll see that the shield will work. There's the shield. It's lasting the 7-second duration. Look at it, just sits there. And it's the same for Chun-Li, guys, right? Her shield will work in here, right? And all these other characters that have shields like this, they'll work in the Immortal Dungeons, they'll work in the Spider Robots, but they're not working in Guild Raid. So again, Netmarble, you need to address this and you need to fix this. Now, let's get on to another subject. So we have a new Ruby login, which is actually pretty awesome, guys. And definitely what this signifies, guys, this is 4,000 rubies, is that we're going to have another banner. Now, what could the banner be? Because it isn't Chizuru. We're actually going to get her through an event. Well, I've actually recently just got some information, which is this right here. And for those of you that don't know, that is King of Fighter 15 Kyo. And Netmarble has already addressed or already said that they are going to be bringing KOF 15 in the game, KOF 15 characters in the game. And so this is going to be the first EX character from the game. Now, I would take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I tend to believe this is true because they already gave us SS Kyo for free, right? They're already giving us SS Kyo for free. Let's see if I can go in here and find them here. Right? From this ticket, right? We can already get SS Kyo for free from this ticket. So it tends to make me wonder if this is legit. I mean, I tend to think it is, guys. And Iori there is actually going to be the original Iori that we have. So he'll probably end up getting a rework more than likely. So this is probably going to be the next banner. I would imagine this is probably going to be the next banner that we're going to get. And it is pretty cool. And honestly, you know, getting the main protagonist of KOF is pretty fitting in all honesty. So we'll see how it goes. It's actually really, really exciting, especially for Kyo fans and really for Iori fans. I mean, I hope they give him some good buffs because he absolutely deserves them and should need them. Again, this Iori is the SS Iori that we already have in the game. And this Kyo is actually going to be the Kyo from KOF 15, which is actually very, very exciting. Really, really stoked about that. Now, let's talk about Chizuru and the good things and the bad things about this. So what they've done for Chizuru is they've actually gave her a change of kit. And we have this event here where we're going to be able to acquire these tokens right here from the Chizuru event mission. So all you got to do, guys, is do all of these dailies every single day. Play Halls of Elements, play Guild Raid, play Soul Quest, enhance Imprint Stones. All of these things get as many of these tokens as possible. And when you're going to use all these tokens for the Chizuru event, and this is just going to be in a complete RNG crapshoot. Whenever all of these finish, you're going to be able to get a shard. And what you're going to do with those shards is once you get 3 shards, you're going to be able to get the character of Chizuru. And they did buff this character up, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. And every 3 shards, you're going to be able to get a memory for her as well. And you're going to be able to get this option card, which is pretty damn insane for her because it increases her defenses. And she does have an attack based on defense. It gives her increased skill cooldown. And it also increased attack equal 30% of defense. It's a really great card for Chizuru. It does make her quite a bit stronger. Now, there are a couple things that are missing from her kit or missing from her. So one thing that's missing is the fact that they didn't give us any 3PGs. There's no way to farm for the 3PGs. I already looked in Power Up Dungeons and the card dungeons, and you cannot get this 3PG, and that's a bunch of crap, Netmarble. Why in the hell can't we get the 3PGs? This should have been part of the Chizuru event because these 3PGs actually give increased attack. They actually give increased active skill damage, right? They give increased to critical damage, right? Which all these things can add an insane amount of CP for your character. And the fact that she's getting a change of kit means that you're going to be able to get a lot of extra CP for this character. Now, something to keep in mind, guys, is also because they're not giving us a change of kit, whenever you use a change of kit on a character, you're going to need to get this material right here. Well, in order to get that damn thing, you need to have 3 actual memories for her. So we click on change up. you're going to need 3 actual memories for her. So like for those of us that already have her, I mean, really for any of you guys, what I would recommend, because you can't pull for her in the banner, but you can get SS memories for this character from guild raids. So if she's your favorite character, if she's your waifu, then what I would recommend is that in the Chizuru crafting event, so for everybody out there, whether you played during the previous Chizuru event that happened months ago, or if you're a new player that doesn't have this character yet, I mean, what you want to be doing, guys, is you just want to come in here and you hope like hell you get a bunch of these shards and just try to get as many memories from her as possible. And you want to use these memories for her change up kit. Even if you're a newer player, I would highly advise you just get this character, right? Just go ahead and get her and then just get SS memories from guild raid and get SS memories from events that's going to happen in the game in order to level her up, especially if she's your waifu, and just use these shards here to get these memories here so you can get a change of kit, because you actually have to use memories for her to get these change up kits. Right? I mean, you want to be getting the memories for her because you need 3 memories in order to get this change up kit. So that is something that I would highly advise for you. She's going to be a godly character for a lot of game modes in the game, but especially for RHD, because she does have insane explosion. So let's talk about the buffs that this character has, right? Well, they've done a lot for the character. So as far as her skills, they actually buffed up her, I believe it is her first skill here, where this was increased damage by 30%. They buffed it up to 40%. That is a nice buff. And then on the second skill, they actually gave her an increased attack by 70%. This was not here before. So they gave her an extra increased damage or target damage received by another extra 10% instead of 30%. Now it's 40% on the first skill. And they gave her an extra increased attack by 70%. But not only that, but they also buffed up her core, guys. So this here increased attack by 30% if Kyo is on the team was 20%. Now it's actually 30%. So she gets another increased attack by 10% when Kyo is on the team. Wow. And not only that, this increased attack equal to 70% of defenses was 60%. This is now 70%. So they gave her some substantial buffs that's going to make her a whole lot stronger. And like I said earlier, this is a character that has the 5.5 times explosion, guys, from Starlight. She is a very strong character. And already before these buffs were applied, or before they implemented these buffs, she could already do she was already doing a lot of damage in RHD at tier 65 at tier 50 at A3 on my free-to-play account. So the fact that they gave her a change of kit, the fact that, because that actually offers extra stats, and the fact that they gave her all these buffs, I mean, she is just going to be nutty. She's going to be so strong. Another thing that I want to point out about this event is nobody's getting the Chizuru cards. These were set cards that everybody was able to get from the previous Chizuru event, and it's a real crying shame that they didn't give us a rush dungeon for this. I know they're going to be giving a rush dungeon more than likely for EX Kyo and the return of SS Iori, and hopefully they'll throw those cards in there during that banner. But I doubt they will. But I mean, it remains to be seen, guys, what they're going to be doing. I know there's going to be a rush dungeon for Kyo and for Iori, but I mean, they're not giving these cards, which is a real crying shame. So you can't get her 3PG. You can't get these cards. You can get the option card from the event, but that's it. And it's a real shame because these are really amazing cards, especially for defensive characters, especially for characters that have an attack base of defense. They're just so good. So that is a bit of a nitpick that I do have with Netmarble, is the fact that they didn't give the new players a way to get these 3PGs. They didn't give them a way to get these set cards. That would have been so much better. And again, guys, if you're a new player, right? If you're getting like these shards from here, make sure that you do get at least this character and just farm for these shards and use these shards for your change up kit in the exchange shop. And if you're a veteran, I would highly advise doing the same thing, because the only time you get Chizuru memories is from this event. So use those Chizuru memories for this item right here so you can get a change up kit, guys. I would highly advise it, because you can always get SS memories from Guild Raid to level her up otherwise. I know it's an RNG crapshoot as far as getting SS memories from Guild Raid, but I really think that's the best way to go. That's the way that I'm going to be doing it. And if you're willing to spend a little money and you really love Chizuru, you can always go this route right here, where you can buy these tokens. This is pretty much similar to how it was with Chun-Li, only there's an RNG crapshoot in the Chizuru event. But I mean, if you buy these things, guys, I mean, you get 4,000 rubies, you'll get 15,000 of these coins. That is a lot of coins. I mean, 15,000 coins is pretty much going to guarantee that you get her, because you got 5 times 5 is 25. That's 2,500 of these coins, guys. 2,500 coins is going to guarantee a shard every single time. And if you got 15,000 coins, I mean, you're looking at what, 4, 5, 6 rounds. That's going to give you 6 of these shards, right? Which is 2 memories for this character, right? I know it's expensive, but I mean, it will guarantee them if you are willing to spend money, or you could go a little bit cheaper route and maybe buy one of these here, right, where you get 9,000 coins, which will guarantee you almost 3 shards, right? This is going to guarantee you almost 3 shards, which is pretty much almost 1 memory for 40 American dollars. This is 80 American dollars, guys. This one here is going to guarantee 1 shard, because again, 2,500 coins is 1 shard. If you're willing to spend money, guys, I mean, you're just going to have to weigh out what you actually think is worth it or not. But I mean, the fact that you can spend, I mean, 80 American dollars, I know it's a lot of money, but I mean, this does guarantee you 6 shards. It guarantees you 2 actual memories for this character. So I don't really know if I'm going to be spending money on this or not, guys. I honestly have no idea. I mean, whether or not this is a good deal is really going to be up to you, and really on how much value you put in Chizuru. But I'm telling you guys, she's going to be way stronger. But as always in Copas, we always have power creep, guys. Every banner is going to be stronger characters, and you can pretty much guarantee in the next banner with Kyo, I mean, he's probably going to be pretty much insane. Again, I would take that with a grain of salt as far as him being the next banner, but I'm pretty much thinking that is what's going to happen, guys. So all in all, guys, I mean, there's some things that are really good. You know, the fact that everybody's going to be able to get Chizuru again, the fact that we're going to be able to get, you know, a couple free memories is actually really nice. But the fact that they're not giving the 3PG or the Chizuru event or the Chizuru set, I'm sorry, is really a bunch of crap. And this bug with the shield really needs to be, you know, Netmarble needs to clarify whether or not it is a bug or if it's something intentional. And if it is intentional, why did they queue it up? And I'm definitely going to be changing my tier list, guys. Whether or not they fix that bug, I am going to be changing my tier list in order to really make things a little bit easier to understand as far as what are the best characters in the game. So let me know what y'all think about everything that I talked about today. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.